Welcome back. We're going to walk through a couple more details about Desmos that you'll find useful. The first is if you have set your screen and you have a scale that maybe you've zoomed in, maybe you've changed the scale, maybe you're not centered, you can always go and hit this home button, and the home button will go back to the default scale. Which is always negative 10 to 10 on the x-axis, and it's like negative 6.6 to 6.6 on the y-axis. The scale is so that default scale allows your x, the length for one block on the x and one block on the y to be equal. We don't have to graph that way, but that just happens to be the default on the Desmos. So if you're lost on your window and you want to get back to the origin, you can always just hit that home button. So for example, I'll move off of it again, and when I move off of it, the home reappears, the default zoom, I default zoom, and I come right back. Okay, a couple other things that I think you'll find useful going through the year is you can put points on the graph. So let's say we want to put the point 3, 2. The point 3, 2 is drawn, and then if we click this label, it'll actually put the point value right on the screen. Okay, another thing that you can do if you use this plus button, okay, so I'm going to turn the point off and I'll shut the label off, okay, and if I do this add item, I can add a table of data, and so maybe we have 0, 3 is 1 point, and then 1, 6, and then 2, 12. We can put a table of data. Now, I can't see my 212, so I'm just going to pull my screen down a little bit, and there's my data, right? So I can make the table of data show up on my graph. And this is useful if you're in science. We'll talk later about doing regressions. I'm going to hold this button down and change the color, so my data is red. You can do it however you want. You can also put lines on. You can shut the lines off. And I don't use the drag feature very often. Okay, so that's how you put points on in tables of data, and you might find those two features useful in both math and science.